And the idiot will go there and blab and blab and blab and blab and blab. This clown that you are watching here, this Agbati, I'm going to play his video so you will see how wickedness is written on him. This was the man that came on studio and accused Igbos of not selling land to anybody in Biafra land.
Yeah.
They don't give land to anybody. And people challenge him, and a fellow presenter came the following day and told him that they say you should apologize. He said he will not apologize.
Yeah, just like Abika Dabiri. Mm-hmm.
He said he will never apologize.
Yeah, go to court.
And this is the bastard who is in the studio telling us of how arrogant Mazen Nnamdi Kanu was in the court.
Yeah.
Why they were busy trying to lie against him.
Yeah.
Trying to judge him based on a law that doesn't exist.
And again, this arise is also fronted by an Igbo man. Nduka is an Igbo man. He is the proprietor, quote and unquote, but we know what is going on, that they are being fronted by the same enemy and envy people that sees Ndi Igbo from the get-go, that these people were going to be able to stand their ground and challenge them. They were going to be able to stand their ground and stand on the path of fairness that will not allow you to come and take up and use up their resources with and just use them as a dumping ground, because they know that that is the idea, that is the position that the Igbo, given their fair chance, we maintain. That you cannot be European and be in charge of the natural resources in the place, and you hand over the country to the group of people who lack capacity, they lack the intellectual, the knowledge to do right by their people. You hand over the country to them. So they knew, including the Yorubas, they know too that the Yorubas have the capacity, the intellectuality to do the right thing, but they handed the country over to the Fulanis, who on the other, in another way, have personal agenda, have their religious and cultural agenda to take over. It's just like another perfect storm, The British have their own agenda when they handed it over to them. Then these people also had their own agenda to take over the place. So you see how the two positions collided, and that is the result. That is the result that everybody is reaping today, suffering today. And somewhere along the line, the Yoruba decided to pally along with the Fulani, because instead of them to be left out, they continue. This is just the trajectory of Nigeria. Then they begin to walk back and forth with the Fulanis, the Yoruba, so that the power can be shared at least between the two regions. The two people, both the power of presidency, both the power of infrastructure and development and everything. And the result, again, is what you see happening all over the place, where if we have to trade, if we have to import, we have to travel, all these things, it's crazy. Then we have politicians whom we did not elect. The same people, the same body impose them on us. Therefore, they watch and they do nothing while we are being ravaged. It's a near perfect storm scenario. But Chineke has up because this is crazy what is going on. We know these things, but when you talk about it, they pretend as if what you are saying is lies, but it's true. You are just speaking the fact. Nnamdi Kanu told them these things. Nnamdi Kanu, never a violent person, never has ever been. He just called them, do the right thing, and everybody will be fine. Why is it that we have to travel all the way from the southeast, south, down to either north, Abuja, or down to Lagos before we can travel? We need a functioning international airport in Igbo land, in Biafra land. And we need a seaport. He pointed it out to them. That's all. But they said, no, we will never allow you and we will never give it to you because this is our plan. We want to keep you subjugated. You must live by it. We must trample on you and you have to accept it. You have no choice. You can't speak about it. This is what brought about all this whole thing. After Nnamdi Kanu gave them these situations, do the right thing and we can all live together. But they say, no, we will not do it. Until fast forward, how many decades now? Maybe more than a decade at least, maybe going to do 2 decades. And nothing has changed. Not on the part of the Igbo politicians. Why? Because they are never there for the people. All of them from A to Z. And people cannot see it. Something is happening right in your face. You cannot use your brain to know that there's not even one apart from, I'm not talking about like you, Agwacha, who is like a senior person to Nnamdi Kanu because they grew up primary to secondary, and is his constituent. But the rest of them, especially those who say they are governors, today they come and lie to you just to pacify you. Oh, we are working on it. Oh, we do this. But all the Bianco Ono and the rest of them, all in complicity to destroy their own people. The question is incredible. Absolutely incredible, my brother. What do you?
It is so sad. It is so sad. Let's just go through this madman.
On the imprisonment of Nnamdi Kanu, Donald Trump's threat against Nigerian terrorists, and the chaos that will appear to be unfolding in the People's Democratic Party, PDP. Good to have you on the program, Freddie Ziako. Well, first, let's start with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The view has been expressed by those who know this subject. I was misled by amateur legal advisors who thought the matter was handled.
Do you see how? Well, how he's addressing the legal counsel of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu?
Yes.
He called them amateur legal counsel, social media lawyers.
To belittle them. You want to belittle them.
Belittle them. Imagine in a studio, somebody who is a presenter in the studio. Just imagine the way he addressed the legal counsel. This man, until he died, will he ever attain the height that
Ejimako?
Can he ever acquire the knowledge of in his whole life, in his entire generation? Has there been anybody in his generation that has the knowledge that Ejimako has?
If not for the Nigerian system, with Oluole, none of them, Ejimako is a look. Oh my goodness! Brought up in
civilized. Have won 3 cases against the federal government in Nigeria. Okay. In their own court. Ejimako won 3 cases against them. And this idiot is coming out to call him belittling them and calling them social media lawyers.
Master, let me quickly say this. You see this issue I just raised about that interview with Adiola. Just watch and see. In few days from today, what's going to happen? For you to know that when we talk, sometimes you think they are talking to yourself or preaching to the choir. They listen. You will see. Mark my word. Just mark this thing I'm telling you. One of these days, as people continue to, you will see that they will begin to play that video. Watch and see what I'm telling you. This is how they will find a way to play it in a way that will suit their narrative, but they will definitely play it because that video is viral. So there's no reason why the media in Nigeria will not talk about it. So that is the thing. Thank you so much.
SAN, Paul Erokoro, SAN, who are handling the matter. Persons who, from the Court of Appeal in the previous matter, had already provided a template that could have provided a different outcome. Freddie Ziako. Well, first, let's start with Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. The view has been expressed by those who know this subject. I was misled by amateur legal advisors who turned a serious legal issue into a circus and who misadvised him. Imagine. And who led him to sack people like Kanu Agabi SAN, Ikpeazu SAN, Paul Erokoro SAN, who are handling the matter. Persons who, from the Court of Appeal in the previous matter, had already provided a template that could have provided a different outcome. And then you have these people, all these social media, Twitter lawyers, misleading him. So, do you agree?
Just imagine the way he addressed them.
Yeah.
Social media, Twitter lawyers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Imagine the way he's addressing Aloy Ejimako.
And if they ask him
in his generation, in all his generation, they will never have somebody that had the wisdom that guy has. A man that won 3 cases against the federal government.
Yeah.
A man that has won 3 cases in Nigeria. I'm not talking about outside. Inside Nigeria, he has won 3 cases against the federal government. And you know what gave this audacity? You know the other clown they call Ifeanyi Ejiofor. That's Karawat lawyer. You saw what he wrote.
Yeah.
He was also attacking Ejimako,
Yeah.
claiming
So
that because he's not there, and since he left the case, and that is why Nnamdi Kanu was jailed. If he was there, it will not happen. An idiot who could not even win any case.
Ejiofor is a criminal. He's an enemy.
A criminal that could not win anything. You couldn't
Yeah.
win anything. It was Ejimako that won all the cases.
Yeah, Ejiofor was the eyes of the government in the case, so he's not somebody to listen to. But what is unfortunate is that if this guy now belittling the likes of Ejimako and Mazi Okpara, that's Okpara, right? The one who Maxwell Okpara, if they ask him for apology, because generally, naturally, he has to apologize for trying to belittle these lawyers, you know. But the arrogance of these people, he will tell you no. That maybe you may tell you go to court if you feel like you are being assaulted. So that is the arrogance. And until we get out of this evil entity, we will never be redeemed. As Biafra, I'm telling you the gospel truth. And that is why, but God knows. Thank you, my brother.
With that view.
Well,
The situation, what eventually happened in the Court of Justice of Motorshow, could it have been avoided?
You see how evil the man. You see, after insulting those very lawyers, he tried to divert this man's attention so that he would not attack that very comment he made. He began to divert the guy's attention to push him directly on specific question that he needs to answer. This guy is evil. This guy is evil.
Yep.
If the matter was handled differently.
well, I do not know why he debriefed those lawyers. I also do not know why he decided to defend himself. But what is those are now in the realm of history or in the realm of the past. What now bothers many Nigerians was what happened on November 20th, the day he was sentenced, and the day he was convicted and eventually sentenced. And the whole issue surrounding the trial, the whole issue surrounding the conviction and the sentencing, the attitude of the court itself, whether the court followed the law or whether the court followed personal opinion of the jurists, or whether the court, in some people's opinion, acted on a script to ensure that Nnamdi Kanu is taken off the streets, in a manner of speaking.
Yeah.
You know that that is sometimes one of the fundamental differences between we, you know, and the Ndiocha, you know, because this level of discrediting or demeaning of the lawyers, this is our brother who spoke so well, but I can guarantee you that in a normal setting, he will begin by asking Ruben, who are those that you are referring to as? You know, that's where he will begin. So that let him clarify himself. Yeah, because these are lawyers, astute lawyers of international repute, like Maxwell Okpara, like Ejimako. We know all these things. So he would have started by asking him. But again, you know that apart from the fact that he's a lawyer, well-read one too by himself, but he's a politician in his own. I hope you know that he's a PDP guy. So so this is where it comes to the fact that they don't always speak truth 100%.
Yeah, and always, when he say it, that they will begin to say he's being tribal. He's attacking him because of tribal thing.
Okay, maybe. Well, you see, but normally that is how one would expect it to continue in the first place, because you can't come on the national telly and try to belittle, to just so discredit and demean lawyers with qualified certification. That's just crazy. You don't. So, but it is what it is. But thank goodness, my brother. Let's go.
Whether Nnamdi Kanu defended himself or not, what to many people is more critical and more important is the attitude of the judge and the justice of the matter. Don't forget that in criminal adjudication, one can only be convicted when there is preponderance of evidence, one. Two, and when the prosecution is able to prove the case beyond all reasonable doubt. We are not saying all iota of doubt, but at least all reasonable doubt. And that justice must not only be done, but to be seen, manifestly be seen as having been done. The generality of the public of Nigeria and even the international community do not believe that the justice was done in Nnamdi Kanu's case. Don't forget that the issue of treason is a political decision by the state, because treason is an offense against the state. It has been brought to become an offense against humanity. And that is why there is an international convention against treason. And it was to be able to bring it to the level of, to align Nigeria's act with that of the rest of the world, following the UN convention, that brought to the repeal of Nigeria's 2011-2012 terrorism Prevention Act, and reenacted in 2022 with implementation in 2023 of Terrorism Prevention and Prohibition Act. Now, the whole issue about Nnamdi Kanu's matter beggars a lot of questions and defeats a lot of logic, because a lot of people, even now, Nnamdi Kanu himself had continued to say it, even rambunctiously in court, that they should show him the law with which he's being tried. Because by the time many people didn't understand, because all the people who were not privy to the charges and people who were not privy to the goings on in court,
No, they won't see that
we are
one.
at a loss as to why would a man be charged for an offense that is not known to law in a criminal trial. Because
and this is something that the whole media is supposed to be talking about.
Yeah.
That is supposed to be the bone of contention. He has been shouting and shouting, show me the law under which you're trying me. Show me the law. Show me. That was supposed to be the bone of the contention in the media, to discuss it and call the attention of the world, or the court, or even the government. But all of them kept mute. Instead, they are telling you, Nnamdi Kanu was too arrogant, Nnamdi Kanu was too proud. So you wanted him to fold his hand so that you can chop off his head. In a serious case as that, you want him to be silent. This Abati will never, he will die with his face down.
A Nigerian statute book says that one cannot be tried for a law of an offense not codified and known to law. And then
under the principle of fair
hearing,
sections 35 and 36.
Absolutely. And there is nothing like retrogressive action in law when it comes to criminal action. We are not a military regime. Now,
but Nnamdi Kanu was charged under the old law.
Under the old law.
Terrorism.
He was charged under the 2020.
As dumb as he is, as evil as this man is, he said he's a lawyer. He claimed to be a lawyer, yet he knows nothing.
Yeah.
He claimed to be a lawyer, yet he knows nothing.
Lawyer.
Old law that had been repealed. The case ended when Nnamdi Kanu was granted discharge and acquitted. That was where that case ended. Where Nnamdi Kanu was granted acquitted, discharged and acquitted. And the government went ahead to start a new one. In that new case now, you are going back now to the old law to judge a new case. They think they are confusing.
No, not under 2022. Under the older law of 2011.
2013. Not 2022, 2013. That was repealed.
That's the old law.
The old law that was repealed in 2022.
Yeah, but so the new law will not take effect. That's why Chief Awomolo is saying that the punishment is death penalty. He was quoting the old law, and that the accused person was charged under the old law.
The accused person was charged under the old law. Don't forget that that charge under the old law got extinguished in October 2022.
Exactly.
Okay. But the law, you yourself just said it, cannot have retroactive effect.
We cannot have retroactive effect.
Those are issues they will resolve at the level of appeal.
No. There's one.
You see what he wanted to silence the guy. You see.
Yes.
He wanted to silence the guy and just jump the case. Look at this guy is evil. This guy is evil.
Well, when I emphasize on that these people are just pure and evil personified. When I emphasize on it, you can see where I'm coming from. People who we see day and call it night, they will see green. So there's no other way to justify it. This is what they are. This is whom they are. Yeah.
You see how he tried to prevent that guy from making that explanation. He tried as much as possible to cut him short so he doesn't make that explanation for the world to understand.
Exactly.
Oh.
Darkness.
And
Darkness.
the accused person was charged under the old law.
The accused person was charged under the old law. Don't forget that that charge under the old law got extinguished in October 2022. When
but the law, you yourself just said it, cannot have retroactive effect.
We cannot have retroactive effect.
Those are issues they will resolve
at
the level of appeal.
You see how he wanted to jump it? He now begin to bring his own idea, and that technically to be resolved in the court. So don't talk about it. It will resolve in the court. And you ask him a question about any issue.
Yeah.
This guy is evil. This guy is evil. I thank God for this guy that faced him. This was why I was so mad when I watched the interview with Maxwell. The interview with Maxwell was so annoying. It was so annoying. I couldn't even watch it. It's so annoying. Maxwell allowed this bastard to begin to play on his intelligence in the studio. You don't laugh with this kind of clowns. You don't laugh with them when you face them in their studio. You don't laugh with them.
Yeah.
You don't laugh with,
they shut him down. They completely shut him.
No. There's one major issue that is even on the open. Because in the first instance, don't forget that Nnamdi Kanu had earlier been acquitted by the Federal High Court before federal government went to Court of Appeal. And every moment an accused is acquitted, discharged and acquitted, he goes home from the court.
Exactly.
He can only go back to the prison or to wherever he was detained to collect his personal items. If he doesn't want, he can abandon them there. If he doesn't want, he can go from there to his house. If he doesn't want, because at the end of the day, the federal government refused to release him. So at that point of that discharge and acquittal in October of 2022, the court became functus officio. So you can no longer hold on that old law. But by the time you saw the judgment from the Constitutional Court, it was referring to the 2013 charge. So that became a very, very strong issue against that judgment and against the entire procedure. There are so many other issues which time may not allow us to explain.
These are issues that can be worked out when the matter goes to the Court of Appeal.
You see the idiot? He has changed his tone. You see the idiot?
Yeah. After trying to shut him down,
This guy is evil.
Aloy Ejimako has already said they will go on appeal. And that by Monday, tomorrow, they are going to file.
He has a whole 90 days. We think we to do so.
However,
so he
the
can do
thing
that
to
at
notice
any time.
that Justice Omotosho even said, he was tampering justice with mercy.
He's still trying to promote that judge. He's still trying to cover up for the judge.
Exactly. Well, you see why we call them? Well, you can see. You see for yourself why we call them what we call them, And he cannot, hello, Mazi,
Go ahead.
And he cannot bring Shegumi and hold him accountable.
Grill him.
They won't do that.
Never.
Then you tell me if these guys are not power of darkness, if they are not coming from the realm of evil and oh God Almighty, Chineke mere anyị ebere, my dear brother. Chineke mere anyị ebere, because this is not a nation that can ever prosper. I have said this severally. Nigeria will never know peace or prosper. No way. Not when they are deliberately, not just the government, but individuals. Media houses coming out in broad daylight to cover up evil and look away when they see clear-cut perversion of justice. These people can't go scot-free. No, absolutely no way. See, today as we speak, with all the evidence all over the place, how Gumi is a lifetime terrorist, terrorizing the entire nation. And they will not bring him and put it to him right there in his face and hold the government accountable that you are the chief executive, you are the commander-in-chief. Why are you collaborating with terrorists to massacre people in the country? And you expect America to come and do what? What do you expect America to come and do? When you've shown to be a betrayer, you've shown to be complicit in the terrorism. You want America to come and give you intelligence, to come and cooperate with your military. When you are all, oh my God, all the ego.
He was not applying the full teeth of the law. However, what do you think is the way forward? And don't you think that the matter was even complicated by the conduct of the accused person who discharged his own counsel? I mentioned the very senior lawyers who know the territory. Now, in this same case, what's his name now? Ozekome, SAN, was involved. Kanu Agabi, SAN. Paul.
You see, this idiot forgot that it was these people he's calling. Ozekome won the case. Did they release Nnamdi Kanu?
Okay.
Ozekome was with Nnamdi Kanu in appeal court, and he was discharged and acquitted. Was he able to bring Nnamdi Kanu out?
Okay.
He's basically Ozekome. Why is he allowing him? Why not? Ozekome was there. Appeal court granted Nnamdi Kanu discharged and acquitted. What did Ozekome do? The only thing he did was to come and
he's trying to
beg Buhari. He didn't begin to call Holy Ghost.
Ruben Edfes about is trying to present a narrative that doesn't hold water. That as if all those sand he's talking about were there. The result was already written. The system was already rigged against Nnamdi Kanu. So it doesn't matter how you bring. You know, everybody knew that they were already determined to do what they did. Okay, even taking him to Sokoto, what does that got to do with it? Taking him from all the way of all the states in the entire South, North, South, and North, South, East, North, Southwest, you are sending him to the heart of Caliphate. What does that bring about? Is to show you their vindictiveness. They just display that no matter what you do, the is already rigged and written. So all these things he's doing, and he does it himself. But the evilness in him will not let him to stand up for the truth. And therefore, Chineke won the Bayer generation to I or the Ogun.
Okoro, SAN, Ikpeazu, SAN, these are people who know the law, the in and out of it. Who could have provided a different kind of pathway and who could have handled the matter. But we had the accused person abusing the presiding judge, and you said, oh, the presiding judge is a problem. What do you expect his lordship to have done in a situation whereby the accused person took over the proceedings of the court and questioned his integrity, questioned his... So what the judge did eventually in the 144-page judgment that I have seen is that he just applied the law. Simply.
Dr. Abati, you may say so. The judge may claim so. But the judge committed what majority of the people describe as a travesty of justice.
Travesty of justice.
Don't quote mob opinion. You are a lawyer.
No, it's not a mob opinion because there are the facts are there. The judge jumped into the arena. The judge even usurped the office of the executive.
How?
I'll tell you why. It does not lie in the purview of the court to decide where a convict will be kept.
Okay.
The very moment you decide, you give it your judgment, you become functus officio. It is the duty of the executive to determine.
Which means that the matter has ended.
Yeah, the matter has ended. It's the duty of the for the judge to say.
What functus officio
yes, for the judge to say he has to be kept in a certain form of confinement. He's jumping into the arena. He's overreaching his office.
Was it the judge that said he must be taken to
the judge said so, and possibly for them to have taken...
This guy is an idiot. This guy is an idiot. He said he has read the judgment too. He said he has read the judgment. So when you read that judgment, you didn't see where the judge was saying and where to keep Nnamdi Kanu. Saying that he must not keep in Kuje, but can be kept in any other place, secure place. You didn't see that one. He's not asking, did he mention Sokoto? These people think that they are smart. How can somebody survive in an environment where you have people like this working in the media? How can you survive in an environment when you have people like Ruben working in media? How?
To Sokoto, they may be obeying again the order of the court, which of course, is an illegal order because he has become functus officio.
No,
it is
but
not
I
the
didn't
duty.
see Sokoto prison.
It is not the duty
in that judgment.
It is not the duty of.
No, is it stated in the judgment?
No, Dr. Abati. It's not the duty of the judge to say where he will be kept.
No, is it in the
Meanwhile,
judgment?
no, it's not in the judgment.
Have you read it?
No, but he said so in the judgment that
He said it should be taken to Sokoto.
He didn't say Sokoto. He said in a special
Look at the he's trying to
He
create.
said so. So, and people were asking, would he be taken to Robben Island in South Africa or Guantanamo Bay in Rhode Island in America, since they wanted him to be completely out of circulation? The judge, in his wisdom, may be thinking that keeping him in an environment where people can have access to him, that people will be coming to visit him, and of course people will be going to visit him. And now the government are now throwing him to Sokoto. What is the basis for throwing him to Sokoto? That is one. But leave that for the executive to answer. But you can query the judge for making such statement because it does not lie in his purview. Again, the injustice done against Nnamdi Kanu
Was that part of the ratio or part of?
It was part of the angst you mentioned that he insulted the judge.
No, I didn't say.
No, he said that he insulted the judge in
he
the
won't
open
deny.
court, the presiding judge. And I now ask, if anybody misconducts himself in the court, is it not contempt?
No, but
contempt in the face of the court.
but that judgment
So it cannot come in any way close to issue of terrorism.
Exactly, contempt of
If
court.
the judge felt he
No.
was insulted.
Whatever the judgment have said, Obita.
The same way
immaterial.
is good. The same way President Muhammad Buhari now converted ordinary law of thought to a criminal offense. Nnamdi Kanu insulted Buhari. Yes, it's open. He called him all sorts of names. He has the reasons for calling him all sorts of names. We criticize such calling of names because he was our president. But we have a law that says, if I insult you, Dr. Abati, you take me to court. It's a civil offense. It can't be a crime that he insulted the president, and now the president now turned it to become terrorism. Another issue that very important, another issue that still keeps hanging on is, if you look at all the counts, the 7 counts, a lot of them will be talking about his broadcasts. Almost about 5 of the charges talk about his broadcasts. And that is why his lawyer said, how has Mayor Puffy word of mouth amount to terrorism? You know that when you are talking about criminal issues, you are talking about the actus reus and the mens rea. The reasons and the action. The mind to commit, and then the act itself, committal of that act. Where is the committal of the act, and where is the mind to commit the act? What he did was he insulted the authorities because he possibly felt that he was not getting what he was
running
away. So these are all the issues that will come on appeal at the end of the day.
Don't let us reopen the case. All these elementary things about criminal law.
Darkness.
Yes. The
Darkness.
matter has already been determined now at this stage. What is the way forward? What do you recommend?
No, but first,
as counsel.
No, it's very simple.
Were you part of?
No, I was not part of illegal team.
So, what do you recommend?
No, it's very simple. They will go on appeal.
Yeah.
And they have to go on appeal timeously because our law
by
says,
Monday.
Our law says he has 90 days to appeal. But the legal team is up to the task, and they said they are not going to waste any time. But another thing that is important is that now that the written judgment is out, they get certified true copy of the judgment and they begin to prepare sift through it, bring out all the grounds of appeal, and then go ahead and file the appeal. And that's all. That is the only way forward. And the next way forward is to appeal to Ndigbo to take it easy. That this.
You know. Yeah, you know what they are referring to invariably, him, even Aloy Jumako and the rest of the lawyers, they are referring to the law of, they are referring to sedition. The law of sedition is not recognized in the Nigerian constitution. And that is why Nnamdi Kanu is saying, show me where in the constitution and show me the law in which you are trying me. Because Nigerian law does not recognize sedition. So, and Reuben Abati, if he doesn't know that, so I don't know why he's bragging that he's a lawyer. He should know that. He should know that. Or he just simply trying to twist, because of the evilness, the wickedness, the hatred and bigotry. They pretend as if they don't know. That says everything is he said. All of it broadcast here, broadcast there. He tells somebody do this, tell somebody do that. Really? That is, oh my God. Odiego, my brother, Odiego. But it's obvious. It's obvious for anybody who cares to know that they were already. And in fact, everybody was saying it before even the distance started, including Shore, that they've decided on what to do. So all this game they are playing, we should do, why did he sack the lawyer, blah, blah, it's all rubbish. So
Nonsense.
we just have to continue. Thank you.
Injustice cannot stand. So there's no need trying to get agitated. There's no need trying to resort to self-help. There's no need trying to injure ourselves or injure the people, all in the name of getting angry. Because the law, yes, is an ass, but the same law will be utilized to right the wrongs that have been done against Nnamdi Kanu. I say this advisedly and without any fear of equivocation, that the federal government of Nigeria has not handled Nnamdi Kanu's matter in a judicial.
So what do you advise
with
the
justice.
Nigerian government?
The Nigerian government, if I am to advise the government, this time around, the buck now stops on the table of the CNC. CNC has now, when he pardoned some criminals and Nigerians raised their voices, and people said, "Oh, why are you not pardoning Nnamdi Kanu?" The handlers of the federal government of the president said the matter is still in court. Today, the court has discharged the matter. Now the executive can now take over and apply the prerogative of mercy. It is completely at the discretion of Mr. President. And if I'm to advise him, I'll ask him to do so and calm frayed nerves so that we will begin to limit the challenges of insecurity we have in Nigeria. It is mounting all around the country. Let us not add to the problems. It's like pouring fuel into a raging fire.
Okay. Let's see whether the law is truly an ass, as I think it was Charles Dickens
Yes.
who wrote about the law being an ass in the mouth of Mr. Bumblebee, in one of his writings.
Yes.
Well, let's talk about another subject, PDP.
Politics.
What do
You see, I don't say, Rajus, I don't say you don't done with that. You are not interested in zoo politics.
I'm not interested in whatever nonsense they are talking about. I'm not interested. Mad people everywhere. Idiots. You're welcome, our sister Mobosola. You're welcome.
Good morning. Good morning, everybody. Good morning. How is everyone today?
Very well, thank
You're
you.
welcome. You're welcome. You're
Thank
welcome,
you.
sister.
Thank you. We give glory to God. I'm telling you, don't worry about the law of karma is coming onto you.
Yeah.
Good morning. Good morning, viewers. Good morning, friends and family. I greet you today. And I know that God is in control about Nnamdi Kanu.
Amen.
First of all, everybody from I'm telling you, when Nnamdi Kanu was convicted, people are now realizing what he stands for.
Yeah.
Yes, because you see what they've done in the court, expose how Nigerian government, expose how they are. Yes, you see, nowhere in this world now, they do not know that Nigeria is not a country, is not a nation, it's just a brainwashing, it's just a colonial brainwashing arrangement and also an illusion scheme. The more they do all this, the more the world will know that it is nothing to write about Nigeria. Nigeria is not a place to write about. I don't call Nigeria a country. I don't call Nigeria a nation. I call Nigeria a place. You see, Ruben Abatin asking, he didn't just start this today. If you look at all the journalists in the studio, his own is always opposite
Different.
to what they say.
Yes.
He doesn't go with people. And you see, I don't blame him. Because He think he's somebody and it's nothing.
Yeah.
It doesn't represent. I don't even. Can I say something? I don't seem like a Yoruba. No. If you look at his background, I don't think he's a Yoruba man. Because I'll tell you what, the reason why I come on board today is that a lot of Yoruba people, they are very angry with what happened in court. You see, I'm telling you, because they are now thinking that during the time of Buhari, they did not, convict Nnamdi Kanu. Now, Tinubu put himself into presidency. Now they use him to convene Nnamdi Kanu. Yoruba people are not happy. I'm telling you, they're not happy. A lot of people who talks on YouTube, like my brother, they're very concerned. Why can't they convene? Why did they have to wait till now to convene Nnamdi Kanu? It's the Yoruba people have the feelings that they want to cause trouble within the Igbos and the Yorubas.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what they're so concerned now. I'm taking this time to appeal to our Igbo people. Please, Yoruba, indigenous Yoruba people, they're not happy with what is going on. Don't take it upon them. This is between the Fulanis and the presidency. It is what they've already planned. They planned this. So please, I'm appealing to anybody. What happened in court on the 28th is between Fulani, you can see, Sokoto Caliphate and Tinubu's government. It's got nothing to. If you see some Yoruba saying that they are happy, they're the one that they paid. Because I tell you what, a lot of people knows that Nnamdi Kanu represented, the poor Nigerians when he came out in UK and protest about the way insecurity in Nigeria was. So they now view that if somebody could go out at that time and be talking about Nigeria, and now they jailed him because you just talking about what is going on. And from the look of it, how many things that Nnamdi Kanu said on the on his broadcast that it did not happen and that has not happened and is still going to happen. Nnamdi Kanu prophesized things and it happened. Look at what is going on now. Like you see this particular lady. I thank God for this photo. I mean, for this video that you are showing. You see, there is no. It's not good for people to lie. There are so many. This lady, you see, the lady on the screen, she was saying that they use Yoruba to convene Nnamdi Kanu. Please, and please, and please. What happened to Nnamdi Kanu about the conviction? A lot of Yoruba people, they don't like it. They don't like it. I want people to believe that we don't have hands in it. Indigenous Yoruba people doesn't have hands in this. I want everybody to be aware that we're not enemies.
My sister.
Yes.
Yeah, no, you are right, 100%. You see, I want our people to, to keep a good memory. This is not the first time that Tinubu, you see, the hatred and bitterness Tinubu have against the Igbo is well documented. When Farotimi's daughter was killed, when she was by the Fulani. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, by the Fulanis, Tinubu came out, tried to.
Exactly.
He tried to talk. He
Exactly.
said that he talked about the kidnapper. He said that. Okay.
Yes.
So
Go ahead.
the that hatred. So that hatred that Tinubu have, including the wife too, we saw what the wife did in the past. These things are well documented. And let me tell. Hello, can you hear me?
I
Go
can
ahead.
hear
Go
you.
ahead.
Yes. Yes.
Hello.
Go
Yes,
ahead.
we
We can
can
hear
hear
you.
you.
Hello. Oh my God. My
We hear you.
network.
You are the one not hearing us.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah. So these whole things are well documented. Yeah, okay, so there's this hatred that Tinubu and his family. He believed that he hates Igbo so much, but at the same time don't want to let go, but think he can use and subjugate and keep them where they belong. That is the mindset. And what Tinubu wanted to do this time around, when he not only used Omotosho to convict Nnamdi Kanu unjustly, and now a further provocation by asking him to be sent to the heart of the terrorism to Sokoto was to provoke Ndibo so much so that they would troop out and begin to protest and riot and to cause destruction out of anger. Then that was the excuse he was looking for. So that the whole terrorism talk of terrorism in Nigeria, the genocide against Christians will be shifted to Ndibo. That is the game plan. But he failed. God Almighty has put him to shame because Ndibo kept their peace and God will fight for them. Thank you so much.
Thank you, my brother. Yes, I have to say, you remember, I heard that on the prior to 28th of November this year, that they sent a lot of all their official called police who cannot even stand with who cannot even fight against terrorism. Who can? Well, I'll tell you something today. There is no way Nigeria can survive. Yes. If they're still telling him, do this, do that, it will come to a stage that they themselves will know that whatever they're sending him to do cannot come to reality. I was told that because they think that the Southeast will be angry. That is how you will know that they've already prepared this. They know what they're going to. They know what the judgment is all about. They've already planned. So they send police all over the place so that they think that when the conviction has been done, or they've read it out, the people will start angry and they will troop out and they will be making trouble. But you see how God failed them everywhere at peace. They failed. So I thank God that God is with us, who knows that what they've done to Nnamdi Kanu is wrong. But let me tell you today, law of karma is knocking.
Yeah.
You will see what's going to happen to them. Between themselves, they will start killing themselves. Let me tell you, because a lot of people even within the party, you know that a lot of them are not happy.
Yeah.
Yes, for what happened. I've never seen a place where in National Assembly they will be singing somebody's praises. They're saying that, in his mandate they stand. You see how he has hijacked, the National Assembly. But let me tell you something. Whatever goes up must come down.
Yeah.
Yes. Whatever goes up must come down. All of them, they will come out in shame. What do you expect Ruben, a brown envelope journalist, to say? Have you forgotten that he went to meet him in Aso Rock to interview him?
Yeah.
He couldn't even ask him questions. He was like Robert Abati on that day when they're like, when children goes to party, how children, when they go to party, they feel excited. They're within the other kids. That's how the interview went. He could not ask him a reasonable question about, the place, because Nigeria is not a country, it's not a nation. It's just an illusion scheme. He was so happy to see him, as if when you take children to Father Christmas and whatever, and when they see Father Christmas and they become, oh, Father Christmas, that's how he was on that day. So Ruben Obati is just a like when we talk like a status that could not even move. People shouldn't. He talks like he is there today, he's going to be there forever. Let me tell you, Ruben, nothing lasts forever. Ruben Abati, nothing lasts forever. You think you have big mouth to speak English? You even speak English than the people who brought this English into Africa. You look at yourself as, oh, is it me? You sit down in that place like a King Kong. Don't worry. Anything that has beginning must have an end. So please, because I came in because he irritates me so much. And I have to come and tell you, told my brothers everywhere, my sisters everywhere, who are Igbos, that what happened on the 20th of November has got nothing to do with Yorubas. It's Tinubu and the caliphate. And what he's doing is that, he still want to show them that, they're in love. No, Yoruba and Fulani, you can come and see. You know that Gumi's presence in Ibadan has caused a lot of problems amongst the Muslim society. I'm telling you, Gumi's presence in Ibadan, in our capital, because Ibadan is the capital of Democratic Republic of the Yoruba. It has caused well because everybody has been saying that if anything happened to Ibadan, the Afars that invited him will pay dearly, because they don't know Gumi as when he goes to somewhere, he goes there for a mission. So please, things are happening. Yorubas are reacting. Indigenous Yoruba people are reacting. They don't like what's going on. No, okay, take for instance, when Tinubu, when they had the election in 2023, what's the population of the Yoruba that voted?
He lost.
So we don't record with him. Despite that, prior to the election, we've already had Mama bless Mama Modupe Oloni Abiola. We have already did our declaration on the 20th of November 2022, and she said that that voting is women's right, women's right, but we don't have anything to do with Nigeria. And the election was done in February, so we were already out of Nigeria. How many Yoruba voted for him? So, you see, things will happen soon, and everybody will know what is going on. They can be keeping it. They can be saying, oh, Southwest. There is nothing called Southwest. According to the document in United Nations, there is nothing called Southwest. It's now Democratic Republic of the Yoruba. Tinubu is aware of it. All the senators, they're aware of it. Even the governors. Seyi Makinde received letter. They sign it. All the government, I tell you, all the governors in 7 states, part of Kogi, we are Democratic Republic of Yoruba, all part of Kogi, not all Kogi, they've all received their letters since 2022. So they keep mute. They should wait and see what is coming to them. So please, we indigenous Yoruba people has no hand in what happened. So
Thank you so much,
we're
my
going to
sister.
be living.
Before you continue, I want to play this sister video. Most of us Igbos, we understand Yoruba, but for the sake of those who don't understand, we want to play it. Then you summarize it for us and give us
No problem. No problem. No problem. Go ahead. Thank you.
Ó ti pẹ́ tí wọ́n ti gbé ọmọkùnrin Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Àwọn ìjọba àná, àwọn ni wọ́n gbé àwọn ẹ̀yà òkèrè lọ́hùn. Ìgbà tí wọ́n gbé dé Nàìjíríà, kí ló dé tí wọn ò lè ṣe ìdájọ́ tí wọ́n ṣe fún lẹ́nìí? Kí ló dé tí wọn ò lè ṣe fún tipẹ́tipẹ́? Kí wọ́n máa sọ wípé àwọn ará òkè ọya àwọn ni wọ́n ṣe ìdájọ́ fún. Àmọ́ nísìnyí nítorí pé àwọn ará bí ìmọ̀ bó ṣe máa ń ṣe nǹkan màdàrú, màgòmágó, bó ṣe máa ń gbé oríṣiríṣi àwọn nǹkan tíríkì ìkì ọ̀ǹtidọ́ńkì lé ìran Yorùbá lórí ní gbogbo ìgbà ni. Nísìnyí wọ́n ti jẹ́ kí Yorùbá débẹ̀ tán, ìgbà yẹn ni wọ́n ẹ̀ṣẹ̀ rojú ráyè wípé àwọn fẹ́ ṣe ìdájọ́ ẹ̀. Imagine Yorùbá dẹ̀ ló tún wá ń ṣe ìdájọ́ ẹ̀. Ẹjọ́ náà ṣé kò sí Ìgbò lọ́ọ̀yà ni? Ṣebí Ìgbò lọ́ọ̀yà wà? Ó ṣe jẹ́ wípé Yorùbá lọ́ọ̀yà tó ń ti ẹjọ́ ọmọ Ìgbò sí níwájú. À ń jẹ èkuru wípé kó tó ń kúrò nínú àwọn kan tún ń gbọ́nwọ́ sí. History ó ń repeat rẹ̀ àwa Yorùbá àdẹ́fúra. Ṣé ẹ mọ̀ wípé ó sì wà ńlẹ̀ táwọn ọmọ Ìgbò máa ń sọ several times wípé àwọn Yorùbá máa ń betray Ìgbò nígbà ayé Ojukwu wípé àwọn Yorùbá ló betray Ìgbò. Nísìnyí nígbà tí Mazi Nnamdi Kanu tó tún pè fún freedom ìlú ẹ̀, kò sẹ́ni tí ò mọ̀ wípé tí ìlú bá fẹ́ gba freedom dandan ni kó ní one or two issue nínú, nítorí wípé ìlú tó bá ti jọ kóra wọn papọ̀ tí kan bá fẹ́ yà nínú ẹ̀ kò sí kí wàhálà one or two ọ̀dà má ṣẹlẹ̀, nítorí wípé àkójọpọ̀ wọn ó ní bánú. Nǹkan tí ọmọkùnrin yìí ń pè fún nìyẹn, ká tiẹ̀ sọ wípé kò fi ọgbọ́n ṣe, nítorí pé ìbùkún ni fún ọmọ ọ̀dọ́ náà tó fi ọpọlọ sí. Àmọ́ bó ṣe mọ títí ẹ̀ ṣe ló ṣe ṣe yẹn nígbà tó wá padà wá bọ́ sí ọwọ́ ìjọba Nàìjíríà. Kí ló dé tí àwọn ará òkè ọya tí wọ́n ṣe ìdájọ́ yẹn fún, tó wá jẹ́ wípé lásìkò ìgbà tí ọmọ Yorùbá wà ń bẹ̀ wọ́n wá ṣe ìdájọ́ ọmọ Yorùbá lọ́tún jẹ́ pé lọ́tún wá ní kó ṣe ìdájọ́ fún. Ṣé a rí nǹkan táwọn ọmọ Ìgbò tún sọ káàkiri ń sìn? Wọ́n ní wípé Yorùbá ló tún ṣe ìdájọ́ ọmọ Ìgbò lẹ́lẹ́ẹ̀kejì táwọn tún fẹ́ gba freedom. Alákọ̀ọ́kọ́ ní ogun Ojukwu Yorùbá ló betray, ẹlẹ́ẹ̀kejì again ọ̀gá àwọn tó fẹ́ gba freedom fáwọn Yorùbá ló tún rọ lọ sí ẹ̀wọ̀n gbére. Àwọn pípù yìí tó jẹ́ àwọn ará òkè ọya wọ́n mọ bó ṣe máa ń yẹ nǹkan kúrò lórí ara títí wọn, wọ́n máa wà behind the scene, wọ́n máa ṣe ọ̀ǹtidọ́ǹtì, wọ́n máa ṣe ìkìmìkìmìkì. Ṣùgbọ́n àwa tá a jẹ́ dídìrín ń dírọ́bọ́ tó jẹ́ wípé akọ́sọ́pá kàwé, Yorùbá kàwé, Yorùbá wà very very intelligent àmọ́ no wisdom, nítorí wípé intelligence without wisdom is nothing ni. Àsìkò yìí gangan ló yẹ kí wọ́n sì máa sún síwájú, kọ́ máa sún síwájú títẹ́ náà àwọn òkè ọya tí wọ́n gbé tó yẹ kó tó lè ṣe wá ṣe ìdájọ́ ẹ̀ sódà kò tún nílẹ̀ sí wàhálà láàrin Yorùbá àti Ìgbò. Eléyìí tó ń ṣe èyí ó tún fẹ́ fi dá wàhálà lẹ́sílẹ̀ Yorùbá ni now, because àwọn ọmọ Ìgbò mọ̀ wípé nísìnyí Yorùbá ló sẹ́ńtẹ́ǹsì Nnamdi Kanu lọ sí life imprisonment. Àwọn ọmọ Ìgbò ti bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní jáde lẹ́kọ̀ọ́ sí, wọ́n ti ń pariwo free Nnamdi Kanu. Àwọn olóyè máa fi rádaràdà eré lára ṣèbí Yorùbá ni àwa Yorùbá. Ọjọ́ wo la fẹ́ gbóná? Gbogbo àwọn tó wà lókè tó jẹ́ àgbààgbà wa, nítorí pé tó bá yẹ pé wọ́n ní wisdom dáadáa ni kò yẹ kó jẹ́ wípé ọwọ́ wọn ìdájọ́ ọmọ Ìgbò sì máa wá. Ó yẹ kí wọ́n fi brain, kí wọ́n fi wisdom sí, kí wọ́n mọ̀ wípé ìgbésẹ̀ táwọn fẹ́ gbé yìí kò dá, kò ṣe nǹkan gidi. Ìjọba Yorùbá kọ́ ló gbé Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. Ó ṣe wá jẹ́ wípé ìjọba Yorùbá ló ṣèdájọ́ fún. Ìjọba àwọn ará òkè ọya wọ́n sún wọn ò ṣe ìdájọ́ ẹ̀ tí wọ́n fi gbé ìjọba yẹn sílẹ̀ fún ìjọba Yorùbá. Ṣèbóyá kí ìjọba Yorùbá náà kó sún títẹ́ náà wọ́n máa fi pé nígbà tó ti kúkú mọ nǹkan tó fẹ́ ṣe fún, torí nǹkan tó ti sọ lẹ́nìí nísìnyí ó sì wà nínú bọ́jẹ́ẹ̀tì ìjọba òkè ọya right from the time, but wọ́n kọ̀ sí ìjọba Yorùbá ni pé kó wá announce ẹ̀ síta. Wọ́n dẹ̀ ṣe máa ń ṣe nìyẹn several times, tó máa ń fi oríṣiríṣi nǹkan tí ò dá fi kọ́ Yorùbá lọ́rùn. Ẹ tún máa wo, wọ́n tún máa kọ́lẹ̀ sínú history, nítorí wípé nígbà Ojukwu àwa ò sí ń bẹ̀, àwa kéré, àmọ́ à ń gbọ́ nínú history lẹ́yìn wípé Yorùbá betray Ìgbò. Bóyá irọ́ wá ní o, bóyá tòótọ́ ni o, àmọ́ ṣùgbọ́n wà nínú history àwọn ọmọ Ìgbò wípé Yorùbá betray Ìgbò. Ẹ tún máa wọlé tó tún ṣẹlẹ̀ yìí o, wọ́n tún máa kọ́lẹ̀ fún àwọn generation wa tó ń bọ̀ lọ́la wípé ìgbà táwọn fẹ́ gba freedom, olórí àwọn tó jẹ́ Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Yorùbá ló fẹ́ tẹ̀sí ẹ̀ lọ sí life imprisonment. Wọn ò dẹ̀ ní kọ ìdí àti ìtumọ̀ tó fi sọ yìí, àmọ́ headline yẹn ló máa kọ́lẹ̀ fáwọn ọmọ wa. Làwọn ọmọ Ìgbò ọjọ́ ọ̀la làwọn tún máa dé bá, tó tún máa fi put more hatred fún Yorùbá. Ẹgbọ́n náà ọjọ́ wo ni Yorùbá fẹ́ bọ́ nínú jágàrádáradá rẹ̀ tí wọ́n kó sí nínú wọn Nàìjíríà, nítorí pé títí wisdom bá wà ní ó yẹ kí wọ́n fi ọpọlọ ṣe.
Yeah, we have had the message is very clear for some people who understand the Yoruba, and those who do not understand. I want our sister to just give us a brief of what she said so that people who don't understand will hear what she's saying.
Thank you, my brother. At least evidently now we can see what I said even before you play the video. She was very concerned and very vocal about what happened to Nnamdi Kanu. She stressed many times that the Fulanis has already planned this before, but they're looking just for who to put it upon. Unfortunately, this judgment was announced by a Yoruba person. She stressed that history has repeated itself again in the instance that during the time of Ojukwu, that they said the Yoruba part of what happened to the southeast in terms of the kind of support that Yoruba has rendered, to the northerners. She was concerned about the generation to come, that already there has been a history about this kind of treatment, about whatever the northerners want to do, they will always push it to the Yorubas to carry it out. The history will not forgive, the Yorubas, especially the new generations, because it has happened again. And this may cause a lot of, problems when the unborn children, unborn generations, and then when the people are referring it that, Nnamdi Kanu, who was fighting for his own people, for self-determination and for independence of his own people, that was sentenced to life imprisonment by a Yoruba person. She's also said that why did the Yoruba, why did the Yoruba always, take this kind of, action from, and why did they always follow what the northerners, asked them to do? I just want her to know. I know that she talk well, but this hasn't got, like I said, this hasn't got anything to the Yorubas. It is between Tinubu and the Fulanis. I know, to be sincere today, I want people to know that Tinubu that called himself a Yoruba, nobody know his background. Where he said he originated from, this cannot be verified. The school that he said he went to in Lagos, the school was not open. Even the school has not been established when he said he attended this school. So anything about Tinubu is, cannot be confirmed. He only called himself a Yoruba person. Ability to speak in Yoruba doesn't make you an indigenous person. So she was to summarize this. She's not happy about what happened, about the judgment, about the conviction of Nnamdi Kanu, which was announced by a Yoruba person. And what she added is that, why did the Fulani have to wait till when a Yoruba person comes to power before this judgment was made? I mean, before the judgment happened. Sorry about this. Before the judgment happened. After all, during their time, they were there for like about 8 years or so. Why did they have to wait? When they brought Nnamdi Kanu to the place called Nigeria illegally, why didn't they do the needful that time? Why did they convict him if they know that you know, he has committed a crime, why did we have to wait till a Yoruba person is in power? So she said, we should all be careful. Yorubas should all be careful and shouldn't allow these people to let them be doing the dirty jobs for them. So that's
Okay.
what she has said.
Okay,
Thank you